I got COVID, and despite all the physical pain and mundane times and boring times and isolating times, it's given me some time to breathe. I've been reading this book called Minor Feelings, and it's kind of about Asian American consciousness, the model minority myth. I've also had the time to write some more poetry and use my little keyboard gear to make some more songs, but most importantly and most often I have been reflecting. Someone in the crowd could be the one you need to know. The one to finally lift you off the ground. Someone in the crowd could take you where you want to go. If you're the someone ready to be found. And I was found.
I wasn't aware. 나만 빼고 넌 모두에게 참 친절해. 내 신감이 들어 단판이 태도 머릿속을 흔드는 ibuprofen 그만해 it's time to stop. 승부욕을 자극하는 style. Yeah. 알면서도 마음이 자꾸 내게 가. 안만 빠져버릴까. If you want me back, I'll tell you I'm sorry. If you want me back, I'll tell you stop trying. Yeah, yeah, you got me. Let it go. 얼어붙어 like whoa.
Now, before I get on with the story, it's pretty important to say that this reflecting I've been doing has not just all been this lighthearted, oh, what habit do I want to build next? What book do I want to read next? It's been kind of an existential one. And with all the downtime I've had, this existential train of thought has been like, hey, what are you going to do with the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years with your life? And it's impossible to answer, but it keeps asking the question. About a month ago, when it was the start of AAPI Heritage Month, I sent out my creative resume to like 40 different staff, faculty, professors that I knew. And I sent them, I'm willing to perform my spoken word poetry, I'm willing to make videos, I'm willing to be a student voice for the API community. And after I cast my net super wide, I got contacted by the Hearts and Scholars Foundation at UC San Diego. They basically host an annual meetup between big scholarship donors and scholarship recipients. But not only was I invited to attend, since I just won a couple of scholarships for my study abroad and my spoken word poetry and being a diverse student in the arts and humanities in a school that is heavily STEM focused, I was invited to be a panelist. I accepted. And on the first Zoom meeting that we had to debrief the whole situation and what we were gonna do, I performed this poem. If my dream was a choice, I would choose for it to be related to my voice. To be related to the noise that comes from my heart and out my chest, the notes that form in the air when I sing up my best, the warm breath that flows when I lay down a spoken rhyme or sing an octave. I can already feel the verbal vocalizations. The verdict is against all violations. I broke through all my limitations, the notes, the passages, the self-critic evaluations. I choose to see the best in others and in me, and that belief shines through every side of me. I radiate good vibes on my unique frequency, and it's personal as my fingerprint or SSID. It's my inimitable pull and gravity. And just like I dreamed of, I ended up being the first and only Asian voice on that stage to perform and be a panelist. Hashtag represent. I even got to play around with the audience. I said, so I'm gonna start with something kind of fun. I've never tried this before, and it's a little bit like Freddie Mercury, you know. Hey-oh, 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 hey-oh. All right. So we started. If my dream was a choice, I would choose for it to be related to my voice. And it was electric. After the performance, there's a man in a white suit, really clean white suit, and he walks up to me and gives me a really big handshake, and it's confident, but it's also very kind. And he also gives me a big hug too, and he says, hey man, that was a really great performance. Have you heard about the downtown park and market that UC San Diego just built? And honestly, I was like, no sir, sorry, I don't know about that. Because UC San Diego is codename for Under Construction San Diego, and there has never not been construction ever since I've been a student there. So I was like, but I would love to hear more about it. And he was like, yeah, you know, there's this 225 black box theater that is being built there, and I made a donation to it, and it's gonna be named after me. He's like, my name is David Guggenheim. And I was like, David Guggenheim? First of all, he has the my name is on the building type of money. And second of all, I'd been hearing about the Guggenheim Fellowships and all the scholarship recipients of the Guggenheim Foundation, and I was meeting the guy in person, in real life. And so he goes, I'd like to see you on stage there. Here's my email. So I have my pencil and I'm writing it all down. I was like, okay, sir, did I get this right? And he's like, yeah, the golden ticket. I felt like I was just holding this prize, this email in my hand, and I was imagining myself like in a cartoon, and my eyes were like rolling back in my head. Oh my God, this is my dream, this is my fantasy, and the lights are flashing and everything's going off. And I had to stop myself because this shit wasn't a cartoon, it was reality. There was someone in the crowd, the person I needed to know, and my drive to represent and perform as an Asian American in arts and on stage made me the person who was ready to be found.
I'm like frozen 뭐야 모두 stress은 gotta let it go 했어 소개팅 데이팅 어플 다 깔아 또 보았어 반대가 끌린대 opposites attract